viewers, my name's Cara. You're watching my personal channel, CuteWitch772, and today I want to talk about my 2018 intention. This is something that I learned about 2 years ago from Thorn Coyle's blog. I follow Thorn Coyle on Twitter, and I think 2 years ago they shared a post that they had written on their blog about coming up with an intention for the new year, rather than a resolution, for example. And this is an idea that I really liked, and I started thinking about in 2016. In 2015, I was experiencing all of these kind of big, loud messages from the universe that shifted my perspective. So I referred to them as my shifts, and that was the first year that I had really decided to listen to them and pay attention to them. And so I really started noticing more when those things happened. So at the beginning of 2016, I was thinking of, okay, here are the big energy shifts that I've been going through, here are the big lessons that I've learned, here are the things that I want to continue working on, and trying to develop those into an intention for the year. On January 2nd of that year, I wrote a blog post on my blog, thewitchystuff.blogspot.com, the link to which is always in the description of all my newer videos, about coming up with my intention. And at the time, I hadn't yet settled on a single intention, but I had lists of things, kind of like my brainstorming, my process. It ended up being that shortly after I did that work and wrote that post, that I came up with the intention for 2016, my year, as being love. That was the overall prevailing energy, and that's what I wanted to continue working on. So my intention for the year was going to be love. And after that, I learned about year cards in tarot and numerology, and I figured out that my year card for 2016 was the Lovers. So then this whole new shift of focusing on love as my intention came into play. And throughout the year, different aspects of that came into play, and it became really love versus fear and overcoming fear through love. And that kind of, so it kept developing throughout the year. Last year, 2017, I did not come up with an intention for the year at the new year like I was attempting to do in 2016. I don't know if I just forgot about it. Last year was a weird year. But I was paying attention to the fact that my year card for last year was the Chariot. So I knew that it was going to involve movement, change, moving forward, progressing in a specific direction, really setting goals and making them happen. These are all Chariot card-oriented things. So I guess that kind of just took the place of my intention for the year, and that's what I worked on. And if you watched my year in review video, which was the first video that I posted this calendar year on this channel, I talked about it being a Chariot year, and it very much came to play. There was a lot of progress, there was a lot of forward motion, there was a lot of goals being set, and goals that I've had for a while finally beginning to come to fruition. And I also did some actual traveling in 2017. I moved, so there's some literal movement there. So this brings me into 2018. In the past couple of months, the end of 2017 coming into now, the big message that I've been getting over and over, the big, the shift, so to speak, kind of harking back to 2015, when one of my big messages was to speak my truth and be my truth. And I didn't really know what that meant at the time. And that has really been coming a lot into play in the past month or so for me again. It's this big drive to tell the truth and speak the truth. And this is what I have determined I would like to set as my intention for 2018, is capital T, truth. And while that certainly does mean saying true things, not lying, continuing my personal commitment to honesty, I recognize it also as a bigger, capital T, truth, the overall truth of our existence, the truth of my being and my life, my purpose, what is my truth, and sharing that, and what is the bigger truth of this path that I'm on, what is the truth that I need to be sharing with other people. So a lot of that has been going on. One of my favorite quotes that has been a big part of my life for the past couple of years, since I reread it in The Spiral Dance and inked it with Sharpie on some spare cardboard that I have lying around. I save cardboard to do Sharpie art on. It's a thing that I do. Is a quote from Starhawk from The Spiral Dance, and it is, "A witch's loyalty is to the truth before any ideology or comforting illusions." Capital T, truth. And that is something that has come up over and over again, that every time, it comes up in a reading or in an article that I've read or just in a meditation and I'm journaling about it and I end up talking about capital T, truth, I write that quote down again and I'm like, here it is again. "A witch's loyalty is to the truth before any ideology or comforting illusions." And so there's this idea that I've explored in my Saturn Returns course with the people that I've been working with that over the past year, is this idea of separating the truth from illusions. And so it's this big thing. So I've decided this is going to be my intention for 2018. And just today, before I sat down to record this video, I'm flipping through, Instagram posts, things like that, and I'm seeing a lot of people talking about truth and how truth is the energy of this year. And this is not the first time that I have come to a conclusion for my own path and then gone online and seen a bunch of people then talking about the same thing. So I am happy to feel once again as though I am tapping into not only my own truth, not only my own path and what I am doing, but that is somehow linked into and tuned into what everyone else is doing and what the overall energy of the community is, the overall energy at play in the world right now is. So I'm happy to say that I feel that connects in. Not saying that is necessarily what your intention for this year has to be, but I think it's cool that other people have also tuned into that and mentioned that after I have come to this conclusion. So it's kind of like confirming to me that, yes, this is another thing that is going to keep showing up in your life this year, so this is a good thing to have as my intention. Have any of you set an intention for your new year before instead of a resolution? If not, I encourage you to think about it, maybe do so, even though it's a little bit into January now by the time I'm sharing this video. You can absolutely set it right now. I didn't do it immediately on New Year's Eve when, coming into 2016 when I first thought about this. I was thinking about it for the first few weeks. I feel like you have to kind of feel the energy of the year a little bit. Once we get into the calendar year, feel out what it's going to be like, and then go from there. So that's my intention for this year. Just like you might set an intention at the beginning of a yoga practice, or you might set an intention at the beginning of a meditation or a healing practice. This is my intention at present for 2018. And the way that my previous ones have grown and developed and expanded and deepened over the course of the year, I am looking forward to that happening as well and seeing how truth develops and deepens in my life and in my path this year. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Until then, don't forget to be awesome, blessed be, and goodbye.